you know what? I've come here today, and I respect you, Chris. I think you're a good guy. I think you're a nice guy. You know, you're obviously the people's champ now, so it's like...
No, I never said that.
No. You said you're the people's
Eddie
champ.
said you were the people's champ. I never said...
Well, listen, some people are going to love you, some people hate you, vice versa, and that's completely fine, because we stand on what we believe. We are who we are. I personally think you're a bit of a... You know, like, I don't really like you, but I respect you, and I think you're good at what you do, you know, that, like... Yeah, it's good. I like it.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it.
You know, this is...
You're going to come with it now, aren't you?
No, this is who I am. I'm uncensored, I'm unfiltered. If I see something and I don't like it or I don't agree with it, I point it out. So do you. What was that car you bought with the money?
Oh, the weight money, mate. That's, you know me, every time I jump in there, yeah, and I smell pain.
Yeah.
Did you arrive in it today?
Yeah, of course I smell pain. I smell undisciplined. I smell... Yeah.
Sabotage.
I smell pain. I smell pain.
I smell
pain. I know that hurt you as well.
I smell
Every time I jump in that Rolls, yeah, Chris, I'll go, thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris.
I'm happy for you.
No, so thank you. I'm saying thank you to you as well. I'm grateful.
Conor Benn took aim at Chris Eubank Jr. during their latest face-off before the highly anticipated rematch. According to Harlem Eubank, fans can expect a more disciplined and calculated performance this time around.
I think it will be clinical this time. You know, I don't think we'll see the back and forth of the first fight. There was a lot of things in the first fight where, you know, Chris was at a disadvantage going into the ring. I feel like he would have learned from that experience the last time out, made the changes. You know, he's got a great team around him. I've seen how they work up close for the Liam Smith rematch, and I really feel like he's going to go in there and dominate this time. And I think, you know, I said that last time. I think this time he's, you know, I know his preparations are spot on, and I look forward to him going in there and causing some damage.
Trainer Brian Bomac McIntyre expressed full confidence in Chris Eubank Jr.'s preparation, emphasizing that their camp has covered every possible scenario. He stated that Conor Benn will need to bring something entirely new to the table this time, as Eubank is now more intelligent, precise, and mentally locked in than ever before.
Shape to go 15 rounds. I never go and say we're gonna stop him. It's just like you, low-level 4-rounder. But at this level, you can't just say, oh, he gonna stop him. If it's stoppage come, he definitely in shape to stop.
There better be something different, because if not, it's gonna be the same outcome.
We're gonna get that win. We're definitely gonna get that win. We already done won. Get our hand raised and go on about our business.
Hamza Shiraz also shared his bold prediction, claiming that Conor Benn could finish Chris Eubank Jr. within 6 rounds. He suggested that the weight cut might once again take a toll on Eubank's performance, while Benn's power and aggressive approach could pave the way for a quick and decisive victory.
What's your prediction, Ben or Eubank?
I've got Conor Benn to win inside 6 rounds. I feel like the weight will affect Eubank too much on how it affected him before as well. And it was a hard fight. It wasn't an easy fight. Yeah, Conor Benn to win inside about 6.
Eddie Hearn commented that Conor Benn appears more powerful and well-rounded at 160 pounds, pointing out his stronger frame, solid legs, and improved core conditioning. He praised Benn as one of the most disciplined and mature athletes in the sport today.
Up now at 160, he just looks thicker. You know, he's got, you know, his waist looks bigger, his legs look bigger, his trunk looks bigger. And I was just really impressed with, I mean, I've got to say, not met many people in boxing that work as hard as Conor Benn. Phenomenal athlete, incredible work ethic. But just a smartness about his work and a maturity about his work. And I've always felt that he can beat Eubank, but I left that gym feeling really, really confident that he beats Eubank. And listen, Eubank was surprised in that first fight. There was no doubt about it. He got the shock of his life. And he will be working very hard with Bomac and the team. And I expect a better Chris Eubank. But Conor was poor last time. He knows that. Tony knows that. Like, he can be so much better than that. And I really believe he's going to get this performance right. I really believe he's going to win the fight.
Meanwhile, Jamie Moore highlighted several crucial factors ahead of the rematch, including Chris Eubank Jr.'s age, the physical toll of his long career, and the difficulty of another weight cut. He explained that every fighter eventually reaches a stage where the body doesn't respond quite like it used to.
Points for me, Eubank's age, miles on the clock, making weight. There's a lot of questions there in the context of, but I'm talking from experience here now. When you get to that stage of your career, I actually never got to that stage in terms of that level where Eubank's been, but I mean like miles on the clock. When you go to the well, and you go to the well, there's a point where you go, fuck, there's no water here. And at some point, Eubank's going to get there. And I feel like towards the end of that fight last time, he was running on empty. And in all honesty, Conor Benn really started to go through the gears at the end. And fair play, Eubank clung on and he did enough and he won the fight fair and square. But at some point, where's he going to go? I'm going to the well, and the making weight and the rehydration clause and the relentlessness of Ben, will that get into play? Because he might get to round 4 and 5 and it starts getting tough and he goes, what the fuck am I doing here again under these circumstances? And also you've got to take into account Conor, he's younger, he's got more growth in terms of learning lessons, so he's probably improved from the first fight. So then you've got to be thinking, if he has improved, that's probably enough. If you sort of get the balance right of Conor's improved from the first fight and learned the lessons, and as it took a lot out of Eubank, then for me it brings it back to level playing field again. So it remains to be seen, but it's a hell of a...
Johnny Nelson offered a straightforward opinion on the rematch, saying that while Chris Eubank Jr. will give everything he's got, there hasn't been much visible progress in his game. He added that if Eubank had the ability to stop Conor Benn in their first encounter,
he'll give himself every possible chance that's going, but in reality, you know, personally, I just think the last performance of Chris, I thought you've got nothing left. There's no more improvement on what I'm seeing there. And I know there was the weight issue and all the build up to it. I thought there's no more improvement there.
Does that mean you think do you think Conor Benn will be better in the second fight?
Yes.
Does that mean that you think that by him being better and there's no more left for Chris Eubank, that Conor Benn's able to bridge the gap, get an outcome in his second fight?
Without a doubt.
You do?
He couldn't have done any more. If he could have knocked out Conor in that fight, he would have done. He just couldn't get rid of him. And Conor stuck it. So regardless of him being surprised that Conor stuck it out a lot more, he couldn't.
Tim Bradley shared his view that Conor Benn has the power to stop Chris Eubank Jr., but only if he makes some smart tactical adjustments. He advised Ben to use more lateral movement.
Conor Benn can knock him out. Conor Benn can knock him out in the rematch. Oh yeah. Couple things he gotta do though. You know, boxing 101, man, when you're fighting a taller guy, you never want to step back in straight lines. You want to exit the sides. He stepped back in straight lines. He allowed Eubank to extend with those long arms, so he's getting caught on the end of his shots a lot of the times. Another thing, early on, got too reckless. You got to be more reserved, my man. Act like you've been there before. You got to control those emotions. All right? A lot of swinging, a lot of wild swinging, a lot of energy wasted early that you could have had on the back end and you could have finished stronger. But you didn't. You wasted a lot of energy swinging that air. Mad, intense. Hey, controlled aggression. That's what it got to be, Conor Benn. Controlled. Another thing, straight punches. Straighten your shots out, man. You had a lot of success when you was letting those punches just fly right from the chin, 1-2, right down the middle. Yeah, you was landing that right hand. See, there's a big mistake that a taller guy makes, like Eubank Jr. And what he does is he throws a jab from mid-range. That's a big no-no. You can't be doing that. He throws a jab from mid-range. Even when he got the range and the height and the reach, he's still stepping in, closing the gap. And that's the perfect opportunity for Conor Benn to load up with a big right hand. He did it occasionally. He caught him with it. Yes, you know, he caught him with it. However, a lot of wide shots over the top.